What's going on, WWE fans? You're watching The Ring Report, where the wrestling never stops. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's break it down. You won't believe what unfolded inside the ring last night. Johnny Gargano, the pride of Cleveland, suffered a serious arm injury mid-match against Ilja Dragunov for the United States Championship. And somehow, the match kept going. What began as a five-star classic quickly turned into one of the most unsettling moments in recent WWE memory. Fans, commentators, and even fellow wrestlers were left stunned as Johnny fought through unbearable pain, refusing to quit. This wasn't just another match gone wrong. It was a wake-up call for the entire wrestling world. Johnny Gargano's nightmare. How? WWE. Let a real injury turn into a 12-minute disaster. You won't believe what went down last night. Johnny Gargano, one of WWE's most beloved superstars, suffered a devastating arm injury mid-match against Ilja Dragunov for the United States Championship, and shockingly, the match didn't stop. What began as a dream showdown between two of the best technical wrestlers in the world turned into a real-life nightmare. Fans watched in disbelief as Johnny tried to continue fighting through visible pain. Tonight, we break down exactly what happened, why it wasn't stopped, and the huge questions WWE now faces. The moment. Everything went wrong. It happened so suddenly that even the most attentive fan needed a second to process it. At around the 7-minute mark, Dragunov launched his signature move, the Torpedo Moscow, a diving headbutt that ends most matches. Gargano narrowly dodged it, slipped through the ropes, and propelled himself outside the ring with his trademark suicide dive. It was a move he'd performed hundreds of times before, but this time, fate intervened. Ilja caught him midair with a brutal jumping knee, a collision that sent Gargano crashing to the floor. The sound echoed through the arena. When Johnny hit the ground, something immediately looked wrong. His body language changed. His left arm dangled loosely, and his face twisted in genuine pain. Within seconds, fans could tell this wasn't part of the act. Cameras zoomed in, and the truth became undeniable. Johnny's arm hung at an unnatural angle. His usually composed expression was replaced by the unmistakable look of real agony. Commentators fell silent. The crowd's cheers faded into murmurs, and a sense of dread filled the arena. Wrestling fans have seen injuries before. But this felt different, raw, unfiltered, and far too real. But the bell never rang. Despite an obvious injury and visible distress, the match continued. The referee hesitated, looking for direction. Gargano, ever the professional, appeared to wave them off, insisting he could continue. But that's exactly why protocols exist. To protect athletes from their own pride and courage, wrestling has seen countless stars push through pain. But this was different. This wasn't about toughness. It was about safety. As the match carried on, disbelief spread through the arena. Fans who had been on their feet chanting moments ago were now silent, uneasy, and visibly uncomfortable. Each time Gargano tried to lift his arm or hit a move, pain radiated through his body. The crowd wasn't watching a performance anymore. They were witnessing a man trying to survive. 12 minutes of agony. For the next 12 excruciating minutes, Johnny Gargano wrestled with one functioning arm. It was painful to watch. Every time Dragunov connected with a strike, Gargano's body folded. Each suplex or hold seemed to push him closer to the breaking point. When Dragunov locked in an arm bar, Gargano's scream cut through the noise of the crowd. It was the sound of real pain, not performance. The fans began chanting for the match to stop. The energy shifted from excitement to collective concern. Even Dragunov appeared conflicted, visibly adjusting his offense to avoid targeting the injured arm while still trying to protect the integrity of the contest. The match had become a paradox. Two professionals trying to maintain a show that no longer should have continued. At one point, Gargano attempted his signature move, the Gargano escape, but his body gave out before he could lock it in his left arm. Simply couldn't bear the strain. Dragunov then hit one final torpedo Moscow. The impact dropped Gargano flat, and the referee counted to 3. The match was over, but there was no celebration, no joy, just an overwhelming sense of sorrow. The heart of Johnny Gargano. Through all the criticism and chaos, one thing remains undisputed: Johnny Gargano's heart. His determination to finish the match, even in unbearable pain, is a testament to his spirit. It reflects why fans have always loved him: his authenticity, his resilience, his refusal to quit. He embodies everything good about professional wrestling: the passion, the storytelling, the fight to rise above adversity. But courage has limits, no matter how heroic. No performer should ever have to risk permanent injury to prove their dedication. The industry owes Gargano more than applause. It owes him change. His pain should not be in vain. His moment of suffering should become the moment that forces WWE and wrestling as a whole to finally prioritize safety over spectacle, the path forward. The solution is not complicated. WWE can start by reevaluating its medical response procedures. Referees must be retrained and empowered to act immediately without fear of punishment. Medical teams must be stationed closer to the ring with clear authority to intervene. Wrestlers should also be encouraged to communicate injuries openly, rather than hide them for the sake of performance. Transparency with fans matters too. When injuries occur, WWE should issue timely, honest updates rather than vague corporate statements. Fans invest emotionally in these performers. They deserve clarity, not damage control. Wrestling may be scripted, but the pain is real, and acknowledging that reality builds trust rather than weakens illusion. If WWE handles this correctly, it could set a new industry standard. If it doesn't, this moment will linger as a stain on its legacy. A reminder that even the most successful wrestling company in the world can fail to protect its stars. Closing thoughts. Wrestling thrives on heart, drama, and spectacle, but none of it matters without safety. The image of Johnny Gargano fighting through agony should never have been allowed to happen. It's time for WWE to take accountability, not just with words, but with actions that ensure no performer endures that again. Johnny Gargano gave everything last night: his body, his pride, his heart, and the fans gave him something back: respect. But respect alone isn't enough. Change must follow. The industry owes it to him and to every wrestler who steps into that ring believing they'll be protected when the line between performance and pain disappears. To Johnny Gargano, thank you for your courage and your passion. Heal well, recover strong, and return when you're ready. The fans will wait, because wrestling doesn't just need Johnny Wrestling. It needs a safer, smarter, and more compassionate industry built around the same spirit that defines him.